When I first started my fitness journey, I thought everything was about lifting heavy and drinking protein shakes. I used to spend 3 to 4 hours in the gym, knocking out reps and sets, as many as I can, but I wasn't seeing the results that I wanted. The truth is that building muscle is not just about working harder, but working smarter. I'm gonna break it down into 5 easy steps that worked for me, and I promise they're gonna work for you too. Hello princess, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today we are breaking down exactly how you can build muscle fast and without wasting years on trial and error. Whether you're brand new to the gym or you've been training for a while but you feel stuck, I will give you the exact principles that will help your muscles grow. And by the end of this video, you'll know how to eat, train, and recover like a pro. But before we even get into protein, let's break down the science. We can think of muscle growth in 3 easy steps: stress, repair, and adaptation. Step 1, stress. When you train, especially lifting weights, you put your muscle fibers under stress. And this creates tiny micro tears in your muscle. And it might sound a little scary, but it's a good thing. So that means that after a heavy lift, you actually haven't built muscle. You have broken it down. But this is where you created the opportunity for growth. This stress that you put on the muscle sends a signal to the body, we need to get stronger. And without that stress, your body has no reason to change. Step 2 is repair. When the damage is done, your body sends amino acids to work on that destruction you just made. Think of it like patching up a wall, but when it repairs, it doesn't just fix the damage, but it makes the wall thicker. And this part is where nutrition gets critical. So without enough calories, and especially proteins, your body can't really rebuild and you stay stuck spinning your wheels. Step 3. Adaptation. If you keep applying this stress of working out, the fueling and resting properly, your body will adapt. And this is what we call hypertrophy or muscle growth. Over time, your muscles don't just get bigger, but they also get more efficient at handling heavier loads. That's why as a beginner, you might be able to squat 40 kilos. But if you consistently do that over time, it will get easier because your body adapts to the change. But the thing is, your body doesn't want to waste energy on building muscle when it's not necessary. Muscle will only grow if you give it reason to adapt. That's why showing up at the gym every day and doing the same shit every week is not gonna cut it for you, babes. Going through the motions and doing the same thing over and over again is just not gonna challenge you in any way, and therefore you will not grow. Through every week, you're gonna need enough tension, nutrition, and recovery. Every week. Step 1, progressive overload. Progressive overload is strongly supported by scientific studies as an effective principle for increasing both muscle strength and size. So we pretty much know that when a muscle is challenged, it will grow. And again, if you are lifting the same weights for weeks or months, your muscle has no reason to adapt. So we can define progressive overload as increasing your sets, weights, or reps over time. Even the tiniest increases can lead to massive gains over time. Let's take an example of a regular back squat. You do 40 kilos this week. It's feeling okay. Next week, you increase it to 45, or you do 12 reps instead of 10. That is progressive overload. You are now stimulating your muscles with new, heavier loads. So you want to keep your big lifts in the 6 to 12 rep range. However, this is not the only right answer. Some studies suggest that you can have the same growth from just 3 to 5 reps and even 12 to 20 reps. If you are loading heavy weights, you're better off with fewer reps and vice versa. Even though you might think that doing 30 reps of hip thrusts is going to give you more gains because you feel the burn more, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are growing more muscle. You might be compromising your form and increase the risk of injury on heavy lifts. The key here is to push close to failure. But how many sets should you do? I used to think that more sets equals more growth. And that is far from the truth, and this will save you time in the long run. There's no definite answer, as this comes down to many individual factors such as recovery, what volume you're used to, your level of fitness, how close you're training to failure, and so on. But a general baseline would be around 6 to 10 sets per muscle group per week. Measuring failure can be kind of hard as a beginner. Like,
What does that even feel like?
Sometimes it feels like you're pushing hard, but you could be pushing a lot harder, I promise. Although there is no clear answer to how close to failure is optimal, most research strongly suggests that the sweet spot is pushing until you have 0 to 5 reps in reserve. So the key takeaway is if you do 8 reps and your last rep looks like this, you probably should push yourself a little harder. Or if your last rep looks like this, you can probably chill out a little bit.
But why do I need to chill out? I thought failure was good.
Pushing to complete failure might actually make it harder for you to recover properly and cause excessive muscular fatigue, which you don't want. Now over to step 2. Protein is your crown. Muscles are built by protein, period. And if you're not eating enough, you're under eating, you're literally starving your gains. Remember, you can never out-train a bad diet. First, figure out your food intake by going to a calculator online, for instance. First, figure out your current food intake and what you usually eat. For me, I usually eat many of the same foods, and it's kind of easy for me to make some swaps. The key here is to make swaps and small adjustments that make your diet more anabolic. You don't want to go from eating bread every day to only eating chicken, because that's going to be a big change for you and you're probably not going to be able to sustain it. Do this step by step and make small adjustments along the way. And I cannot stress this enough, we aim for consistency, not perfection, and we want to get close to it. Remember the 80-20 rule? If you don't know what that is, it's 80% of the time you're eating what you're supposed to be eating and 20% enjoying whatever. And how much protein should you actually be eating? You should be aiming for 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. So that means if you're a 70 kilo gym girly like me, you should have around 110 to 140 grams daily. And a little pro tip for you guys, spread it across meals. Like as a whole number, it seems like a big and scary number when you're not used to eating that much protein. Let's say 140 grams, how am I gonna hit that in a day? Split it in how many meals you usually eat. Me, I usually eat 4 meals a day. So that's gonna be 30 to 35 grams per meal. And keep in mind, not all protein is equal. You want to prioritize complete proteins from chicken, fish, egg, dairy, and maybe not so many protein bars.
I know you like them protein bars.
Look, I'm not the one to shame people for using protein powder or protein bars. I love it myself. I'm a protein bar girly. But they should never carry your whole intake. You should never swap meals for a protein bar, because oftentimes the protein bars are spiked with fake protein to increase the number on the packet. So you want high quality protein from natural sources, preferably. Step number 3, long does not equal strong. You do not need 2-hour workouts. You don't need 3-hour workouts. Me personally, I was a victim of this. I used to spend so much time in the gym, just grinding out, getting as many reps and sets as possible. For what? For what? My body couldn't recover properly. I was sore all the time, and also I wasn't stretching. So yeah, it was not a good time. It was not a good time. What you do need is a good structured program that helps you hit those muscle groups that you are trying to grow. Preferably a mix of compound lifts and isolation movements, and focus on form first, then intensity. Most research suggests that you should train each muscle groups 2 to 3 times per week, with at least 48 hours of recovery between sessions.
But how do I choose a split?
I would say it really depends on your goals and your lifestyle and how often you can train. If you can only train 3 days a week, I would say do full body. If you can train 4 days a week, I would probably go with an upper-lower type of split. And if you can train 5 to 6 days a week, push-pull legs or something similar is good. The best program is the one that you can stay consistent with in the long run. Step number 4 is recovery. And I know a lot of you slack on this one, especially if you got so addicted to the gym that you just want to go there all the time. You have this, it's almost like a drug. You're addicted to going to the gym. You want to go to the gym all the time. But the truth is that muscle don't grow in the gym. They grow when you rest. Your training is just the spark, and the recovery is the fire that really starts the engine for muscle growth. Start with your sleep.
No phone before bedtime.
Don't do it.
Athletes who sleep less than 6 hours a night can see significant decreases in strength and muscle mass over time. And on the flip side, studies show that 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep leads to higher levels of growth. So it's not just about how hard you train, but how well you recover. And it's not just about the hours you sleep, it's about the consistency of it. Consistency. It's not just about sleeping those 8 hours whenever during the day. Going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time is so important. It really helps you regulate your hormones, keeping your energy stable, and of course improves your recovery. And then it's the rest days. Hate it or love it, you need them. As I mentioned, muscles need about 48 hours to recover. That's why hitting legs every day and getting on that hip thrust every day is not gonna grow your glutes. It's just a recipe for failure. So maybe don't do leg days 4 times a week, 5 times a week. It's excessive and you don't need it. Stress is also a big factor. When you're chronically stressed, your cortisol levels stay elevated.
And what does this mean?
Can you believe it? High cortisol has been shown to interfere with muscle repair. So it is so important that you manage your stress, go for a walk, read a book, meditate, whatever helps you calm down, do that. It is just as important as hitting that PR. So relax. You can kind of think of recovery as charging your phone. If you train hard and you never let yourself recharge, you're gonna be stuck at 1%. But when you prioritize all these things, sleep, stress, recovery, nutrition, cover all those bases, you will become fully charged. And that's when your strength and size shoots up. Maybe the biggest mistake is those expectations. Results in 1 week, abs in 5 days. How I transformed my glutes in 3 days. You need time. You're not gonna change in a week. You're not gonna change in 2 weeks. It's gonna take some time. And you have to be patient and you have to be consistent. No matter how perfect your plan is, it doesn't matter if you can't stick to it. What matters is that you show up. Motivation will come and go, but discipline is what's gonna get you results in the long run. Complete beginners can start seeing results in just a couple weeks, like 3-4 weeks, you can already start to see a change. But give it a year of consistency and you'll see real results. Don't forget to take some before and after pictures. I know you already got a ton of the before pictures, but where's the after? After implementing all these 5 steps, I'm sure that you will do great. And of course, remember to never, ever compare yourself to anyone else but you. Your journey is yours and yours alone. The person you're up against is not me. It's not the girl you saw on Instagram. It's you. Every rep that you push through, even when it burns, every meal you prep, when it was easier to order fast food. Every single time you chose discipline over your excuses, that's a victory. And those small victories, they add up over time. They become habits, and those habits shape the best version of you. Progress definitely doesn't show up right away, and it's not always measurable by a picture or the scale. It's oftentimes maybe just in your head. How you're feeling, how you're thinking, how you keep showing up for yourself. And I know a lot of people might get discouraged by not seeing the physical results right away, but it is happening in your confidence, in your strength, in your mindset. It's not that easy to see always, but it's there. And one day you will look back and realize that you have become a completely new person. Stop rushing the process. You have so much time. You have your entire life to work on yourself. Trust it, honor it, and be proud of every step that you take closer to being a better you. That's it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share it with all your friends. It makes me so happy. I love you all, and I hope you can take great care of yourself, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye.